planes, trains, automobiles.
Don't panic. Don't
worry about it. A bozo. Bozo the clown.
Exactly. This is a great tip.
This is a great tip.
1, 2, 3.
William Bell.
Go see the Rockettes.
Different. There are so many good restaurants.
Please
if I catch you at a
do
Five
not
Guys,
go to Applebee's.
Recording.
We're hot.
La 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 la. Hello, you guys, and welcome back to Vlogmas. How fun are these?
One of Mom's newest gadgets. If there's a gadget, she's gonna have it. If there's a light, she's gonna have it. If there's a camera, she's gonna try to have it.
If there's something that's gonna enhance y'all's experience,
it will be purchased by her.
Sign me up. So we thought this would be fun.
Wait, we need to show them what's really funny about them.
What?
Comica.
The brand, you guys. The ICA.
Famica.
Jennica, Annica, Comica.
Yeah.
I was like, we were supposed to have these.
We were supposed to have these.
So it kind of gives podcast vibes too.
It's giving podcast.
It's giving podcast. We are doing such an exciting video, truly, and we've been wanting to do something like this, and I'm glad that we're doing a holiday one. We'll probably do another one maybe in the springtime or something.
We could do one for every single season.
Every season. But if you've clicked on this video and you don't know who we are, you may have just made the decision to go to New York in December.
In December time.
And congratulations on making one of the best decisions of your life.
But also, so sad you will never find this much happiness ever again until you go back.
I'm Jennica.
I'm Annica.
And we went to New York for the first time in 2021.
Yes, December of 2021.
December 2021. We had never been before, and we had always heard like...
You need to hold yours closer.
Close. I'm pretty loud.
Yeah, that is true. I need to be like here, and you...
I have cheerleader voice, we call it.
Yeah.
And Annica, I'm always like, what was that last part? So we went to December in New York. Mm-hmm. We went to New York in December of 2021, and from the moment we weren't even landed yet, our mouths were on the ground. It was an experience. I've also never really been on that many vacations, so maybe this was just like...
But what this has turned into is a personality trait, we like to say.
The third person in this family. It's me and you in New York.
It's me. It's the three of us.
Yes. So we love New York so much that we actually have been about 6 times since the first time we've gone.
Times?
Probably. We've driven twice. We've gone during the summer twice. We've gone during the fall once.
And December twice. Wowza.
Yeah, but we are in fact moving there next year. In about 7-8 months. So
Mama's ultra prepared.
Yes, with that said, we have really kind of perfected the New York vacation.
I wouldn't say perfected,
but I mean,
we
you can't ever
definitely can tell you what to do to have a grand old time.
Yeah, we can tell you what to do to have the best time, to really maximize your time, because we want to we want to be in New York City every single moment we are in New York City.
We minimize hotel time.
Yeah, we try to stay out of the hotel.
I don't care if I'm standing on the sidewalk in the same spot all day. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. So we have come up with some tips for how to have the best New York City trip in December.
Also, congratulations, you're going to New York in December. I did a little TikTok guide. I did all of the hotels we've stayed at, all of the restaurants, all that kind of stuff. It really went into depth, I would say, of all of our favorite things and all my top recs. So if you want just a little bit more in detail, specific things,
this is more of like how to have a best trip for you. These are more things we've done.
And things we've done.
Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, if you are planes, trains, automobiles, we've done 2 of the 3.
We will do 3 as soon as it's possible.
Oh yeah, as soon as we can take a train in and out of the city, we are on the
Unfortunately, there's just not one that goes from Nashville, Tennessee to Manhattan.
Yeah, if you're driving, be prepared to pay 100,000 tolls. Like they love a toll. And those states up there love a toll.
It's not an option to pay cash anymore. It's not an option.
Half of them, I'm just like, what do you mean I have? Like the first time I didn't know there was this app I was supposed to have, and I got charged I was like
I'll
illegal
go
every
on
single time.
too.
Like, I don't know what, I did it wrong. There's just not enough signs for these people that don't have any tolls anywhere near it. I mean, there are no tolls anywhere
The
around us.
whole toll situation, you all go into
still don't
separate ones,
understand.
and then there's no lanes to all just merge back together. It's just a free for all. Like, it's the
Every time.
wildest thing.
We'll get a charge for doing it wrong
And
this time. Like, it's
100%. And not only that, like when we go from Nashville to like the beach, you go through a toll that's maybe like 65 cents.
yeah. Or
$20.
yeah,
$27 one
Yeah,
was.
one of them was 27.
When I saw that,
The cheapest
my
was like 8.
jaw dropped.
Yeah.
I didn't know tolls went that high.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
However, if you are flying into the city, we do have a wonderful, wonderful tip, and that is, if you're going into LaGuardia,
Sit on the left side.
sit on the left side.
And that's like, that's not walking onto the plane.
no,
It's
walking onto the plane, it's on your right. But once you're sitting on the plane,
on the
you're
left.
they're looking out the left window,
Yep.
and you get. We'll post some. We saw this trick. Actually, I don't think that we had seen this at this point, had we?
I think
probably
we didn't
looked it up.
purposely do it.
Whatever it was, it happened that way the
happened.
very first time. And we had an early morning flight, so it was like perfectly bright outside as soon as we were landing. I mean, obviously at night would be unreal too.
Incredible.
But we were just like,
It was
That-
like
it's a way to,
Statue
like-
of Liberty, Manhattan,
Yeah.
buildings, bridge.
I feel like it really does help to see it that view though before you
Yeah.
get in it, because you're like, oh, okay, you can kind of understand it a little bit
Once
more.
you're in it, you can't be like,
Oh, you have no
"What
idea where you're
is
at."
this? How is this one place?
Yeah.
It's just not like feasible once
Yeah.
you're in it. Once you see it from above, it kind of all makes sense.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, that's
Yeah, for sure. Once you leave the airport though, be prepared to spend $50 to $100 on an Uber to the city.
I'd say the most we paid was when we got stranded in New York.
Yeah,
and
$112.
It was $112, and that was our second
That was our
Uber of the night because we were leaving the airport because our flight got canceled. So that
Christmas
was the
Eve.
second
Yeah. So
one.
that's when I started crying.
That's when
I
we were
saw
like,
that charge,
what's
that's
the
when I said-
options? What's the options?
Yeah. I feel
There's
like
no
I feel like if we really could have like thought, and we were good at the subway at that point,
I
but
don't
it was
know,
just
there
2
was
a.m.
something- It was 2 a.m.
Cranky.
It was not a good,
Yeah.
it was not a good situation.
And it was freezing.
Yeah, prepare to pay for that Uber.
Yeah. With that said though, limit
want-
those Ubers.
I want to chuck this at my head with how naive we were the
Oh,
first
I
time.
feel like a bozo. Bozo the clown.
Exact word.
Bozo. I'm so mad at us. I'm embarrassed. We didn't take the subway the first 2 New York trips.
Not one.
This is I'm
Subway.
the type of person that like I need to know the parking situation before I get there. Like I will like Apple Maps the road or like Google Maps the road and like look and see where I need to be parked. I think it just gave me anxiety not knowing what to expect, and then am I gonna be down underground and be trapped? Like, and it's just so not like that.
As if not millions of people take the subway every day.
Every single day, twice a day, so over 600 times a year. Like, get a grip. So, obviously, I think this goes without saying. In New York, I feel safer in New York than I do a lot of the times in Nashville because there's always people on the streets in
And
New
there's
York.
just like, no matter what you're doing, someone else is doing something worse that's being eyes looked at, that's
Yeah.
being like, you are not the center of attention.
You
whereas
have to be self-aware.
some places in Tennessee, if you whip out a camera, there's not a singular eye that is not on you.
Yeah.
And there's so much bigger things going on in New York that
You
they
just have to,
don't
of
care.
course, there's some people going through some stuff on the streets. You know, you've got to be self-aware. You keep your eyes dodged if you need to, but like,
It's not.
if you follow, I mean, always be safe.
I've never felt scared.
Yeah,
I've
me
never
either.
felt
I've
and
never
we've
felt
been
scared.
to pretty much, we've not been to like the bottom yet.
Yeah.
Like every area we've been to, I've been like, I feel unsafe.
And we've gotten there late at night and things, and it's been fun, truly. To prep for us to take the subway for the first time, I did have my friend in New York, Drew, to just be like, please guide us through the very first time. With that said, we watched, and I remember in our hotel room, I'll never forget, it's like core memory. We went on YouTube and we were like, how to take a New York subway.
I remember this none.
Do you not?
None.
I think honestly, you were just like, you're gonna be doing this and I can't, that's gonna make me nervous.
I think I was just like, it's gotta happen.
Ooh.
She said, I don't know if I'm camera ready. I was like, it's gonna happen. I don't really wanna know because then I'll be like,
Overthinking.
either overthinking or like, the video showed will be cuter and I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, I want it to be cute. The one we went to ended up being super cute. I was just like, I need to go into a blind. I need to just Except that it's gonna
Yeah.
happen and go to it blind.
So I watched a lot of like explaining the subway. I think the thing that overwhelmed me the most was like, I don't know A, B, F, G, like I don't know how they label the trains.
I'm
I don't know
still not
uptown and
there.
downtown. Like, I don't know what those things mean. But after I watched a couple of videos explaining it, you really do catch on, and you don't really need to know the train numbers as a tourist other than uptown and downtown. Those are the only two that you need to make sure that you're really doing, because that's if you're getting on the train to go this way or getting on the train to go that way. Other than that, it is so easy. You just type in on Apple Maps or Google Maps and you do transit. It will walk you step by step.
I mean, it's the easiest thing I've ever
It tells you when the
seen.
trains are coming. It'll be like, okay, it's coming in 2 minutes, 6 minutes, and 8 minutes.
And
like,
it'll tell you how long it'll take you to walk from your current location to the subway, and then when the subway would get. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it could not
be more
easier.
simpler. Yeah, it's great, and it's the New York experience.
It's the New York experience.
Yeah.
My take about the subway is I had my friend in New York, and I said the first thing we're doing is we're going to get you a Metro card because they are phasing them out. They are
Yes.
phasing them out. So if you have the chance to get a Metro card, you can get them at any of the little, like, I don't know
Not
if
any. Yeah, there's just
There's a lot though
You'll
that
see.
have
You'll see
little
one.
kiosk where you put in cash or your card. Was it only cash?
I think that both. There's some
And
that do both.
it gives out your card, and you can either do a reloadable, all that kind of stuff. We got hers at Grand Central. I got mine at a random one, but get it before it phases out.
Yeah, just to have one.
If not, Apple Pay. So easy.
Yeah. If you
Tap,
got your
tap.
Apple Pay, if you've got your Apple Pay on your phone, then you just have it double clicked and ready. It's hard to do it with like the maps
With
and
maps, it gets
it gets
tricky.
tricky and everybody's going, but you'll get it fine and people don't care at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
just get your Apple
And
Pay ready.
If you use,
Oh, you lay down here?
oh, okay.
Lay here.
okay.
Come on. Sit.
Okay.
Would you
Lay
like
down.
to say anything? You've been to New York. Maybe she's like, wait, I want to tell them about
Tell
my New
them
York
about New
experience. Did you have a good time in New York? Voice?
Voice.
What if she barked?
Other than that, I would say use the same card every time you do
Oh,
Apple
yes.
Pay because it'll only charge you a max of like $37 or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's like
and then it'll cap
30
it.
something dollars in 7 days. Like, it won't let the same card charge more than 30 something dollars a week for like subway
That's
passes.
probably half of one Uber we took the first time.
Thinking about those Uber prices that first
It's
time,
outrageous.
I mean, we spent probably $500
It makes me want to ground myself.
in Ubers that first trip, truly, because it was the holidays.
At
We didn't know and it was
And we
cold,
went
so we really could, and we went everywhere. We were staying in a Midtown hotel, so we were like able to walk to a lot of stuff, but like not much.
Not really.
Not much. I'm just so embarrassed. So please don't be like that. Like, if
Don't
you
do
take
it.
anything from this, please just like prepare yourself. You got this. Also, there are MTA workers down there that will have on vests. There are people at the kiosk. They will help you. They
Yeah,
totally
just
do not
ask them.
care. We've asked plenty of times.
You're going to look like a newbie, but like,
Yeah.
it's worth taking the right train.
Right,
we
right.
watched the train we were supposed to get on come and go four times.
The first we were like, okay,
Before.
should we do it now? We don't know. And so we literally watched it come and go 4 times before we were like, okay, we're just gonna ask
We
this
have to
guy
ask.
and go from there. So we're so thankful for the subway system, and we can't wait to use it all the time.
Sometimes there's like music playing down there.
Oh, there's characters.
Like
Sometimes
artists.
Yeah, it's
so
fun.
fun.
Okay, next up, let's talk about where to stay. We have never stayed in the same place twice.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I can't put my foot in this pond too much because when it comes to hotels, it's mom's job.
I love it.
It's mom's job. She finds
Yeah.
the deals, she finds the locations.
That's really where
she
my
finds the vibes, and I'll send her some suggestions. We've not stayed in one of my suggestions.
No, I think you did suggest the William Bell.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Claim it, girl.
No, you do great. You do great. So
That is really where my ADHD just really helps me because
mean-
I'm able to hyperfixate and I'm able to look at every single detail of every single hotel ever. So this is my method. I will, when I figure out we're going to New York, I kind of pinpoint what we want to do in what area. So I use Apple Maps. You can use Google Maps and do the same thing, but they're called guides.
this is a great tip.
This is a great tip. And
To send to all your friends you're going with, your family you're going with. Super great tip.
yeah. So sorry if you can hear fire alarms all week long.
All week long.
They're testing all the buildings around us and ours.
Just be glad it's not ours.
Just be glad it's not ours. So with your guide, it is so convenient to be able to type in, say you want to for sure see the Gossip Girl Hotel. What's it called?
The Lot.
Yes, the the lot.
LOTTE.
Yes, so you're gonna go in your maps and you type in the lot hotel, pin it, or it pulls up. There's 3 dots, click the dots, and then you'll click add to guide. From there, you can title it whatever you want, your NYC Christmas trip or NYC in the summer, whatever the trip is. Start pinning those places and then kind of overview the map and be like, okay, I've got a lot of stuff right here. I've got a lot of stuff right here, but most of my stuff is in Soho. You're probably gonna wanna look for a hotel in Soho. There are 5-star hotels in every single borough, like in every single neighborhood. There's a great hotel.
That's not gonna break the bank.
That's not gonna break the bank for sure. And again, Yelp is your best friend. I like to personally look at people's videos, whether it be influencers or just anybody with Instagram, anybody with Yelp, anybody with TikTok. I go to those 3 platforms and I look at pictures, I look at videos. Specifically on Yelp, I look for the word safety. With us just being 2 women traveling alone, and she's only gotten older, so like it used to be us younger than this traveling alone, and we really had to take those precautions. So I would filter the word safety or safe or neighborhood, things like that, and make sure that the hotel specifically someone said like I felt safe.
Yeah. I simply don't understand how you do such a good job, because when I go and I look at hotels, I see a room, because we don't splurge on hotels.
No.
We don't splurge.
Because we know we're not going to be in there.
We know we're not going to be in it. We want to do experiences more than we want to do a nice hotel. Like, we're not going to be using it.
I have nice New York hotels on my list because I'm a hotel gal. I love hotels. I think they're so fun. And I love like the design of them, and it just really does anywhere hotels are feel like a vacation.
The vibe is important to you, but the size is not.
No.
When it comes
Exactly,
to New York.
yeah.
So when you see on the room description 152 square feet, don't panic. Don't
worry about it, because you ain't got much space.
No. And it's gonna get messy. The luggage is gonna be everywhere, especially if you're sharing. But just know vibes is more important than size.
Yes.
And location is more important.
Location.
And you don't have to splurge on a hotel if you don't really want to.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I will say, when I try to help out, which actually just means like urge mom to book the hotel, I sometimes look on Airbnb and there is nothing.
I think there's a law in New York. I've heard it. I've not looked into it, but I think that there's something that New York has that like kind of prevents a ton of Airbnbs. And so there's not a lot of options, first of all. And second of all, there's just really good deals and there's really, really great hotels in New York. There's a lot of, we stay in a lot of boutique hotels. Yeah. We'll highlight some of the ones we've been to.
On the count of 3. Let's say our favorite hotel we stayed at.
Ooh, that's gonna be hard. Should we say all the ones that we stayed at and then so we can for sure know the list?
Yes.
Okay.
In order, the places that we've stayed at.
And we've stayed at different ones because every trip I really have tried to you could go to New York 1,000 times and do 1,000 different things. Like you'll just never do all of the things that you want to do. You could have so many different trips. So I really try to let us have different experiences. And when we're there in the summer, I want us to do summer things. When we're there like the last time we went, it was more warm weather and we stayed in the Upper West Side so we could be closer to Central Park. Now we don't really need to be by Central Park, you know?
So these are the hotels we've stayed at, location included, in order.
And we would stay at any of these again. Like we've not had issues. We had great experiences with all of these.
That is none of my doing. Okay. First, the Lexington in Midtown, super close to all the touristy things.
Yes. That's where we stayed the very first time. I think it was.
All of Soho, obviously. Park Terrace, that's like right on the edge of Bryant Park. It's so convenient if you are going during the holidays for the winter market.
Another great area to stay. Yes, Bryant Park, Holiday Market.
Holiday Market.
Yes.
I literally walked over there multiple days just to grab hot chocolate.
It's so, I mean, we'll get into the Bryant Park, but it's another great place to stay during the holidays because you have access to so many things and it's so walkable to the Fifth Avenue stuff too.
The Wallace in Upper West Side.
Yes, we loved the Wallace. That's the last one we just stayed at.
Separate in Brooklyn, the William Bell.
The William Bell in Brooklyn. Okay, yes. Is that all? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then we stayed at Shannon's the rest of the time?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Are we just talking about like the hotel?
Yeah.
I really loved all of them.
1, 2, 3.
William
Wallace.
Bell. Okay. I liked our that's the only one we've had a view, I think.
I thought about that, but like the view was viewing, but like not totally.
I loved that we were on a pretty high floor in that one.
Just like the moment we walked out of.
I love that we had a balcony. Wait, Arlo was fun too, but it was.
Arlo was small.
Arlo was very small.
But the balcony was probably the same size as the room, and I think that only worked because we were there for like 2 nights.
Yeah. Wallace, no notes.
No notes.
Lexington, no notes. And it was during Christmas time.
Lexington, I have a note.
What?
It's too freaking dark in those rooms.
Oh, yeah.
It's
We had a
so-
very back, dark corner room.
We had it dark, and it was like straight construction beside
Yeah.
us, and it was so like it was very dark. So
We
that was my
really
note about
didn't
that
spend any time in that
Any
hotel.
time.
True. Park Terrace. I didn't have any notes for Park Terrace. No
quite
notes.
you.
We did get put in a accessible room, so we did have a little bit more room on this one, so we did love it and had a beautiful view of Bryant Park. So that one was fun. That one was
And
really
the
fun.
library.
Yeah. Oh, and
So-
it was connected to La Pecora Bianca.
Oh my gosh, that was where the room service was from.
Yeah, and the room service was from
where-
there, you guys.
Okay,
That
maybe
is
we're not
when.
giving that enough hype. Maybe we're not getting that enough
I
hype.
think we were just so excited to get to Shannon's.
Yeah, we didn't stay there for the entirety of the trip, and it kind of gets that first section of the trip gets so trumped by the end of this trip
Yes.
that we don't give that one enough. I take it back.
Yeah.
The fact that whatever is
In the lobby.
is the room service.
That it makes it a
It's
10 right there.
game
Yeah. And it's so walkable to everything. So with those tips, hopefully after you've pinned your little guide, you will be able to find out what area you want to stay in, follow those little guidelines, and you will have a great hotel experience in New York. I promise.
She promises.
Next up, we're gonna talk finding food because I feel like what?
So many good points.
So many good points. Yes. We do have a couple restaurants to highlight, but truly, that's not how you find food in New York. It's just
No.
not. We could tell you all of our favorites, and you may never eat that. Like, that just might not be. A better one might be right across from you at your hotel. So for finding food, we're back to Yelp. Yelp is going to be your best friend. Truly, I mean, people love to tattle. I'm telling you, if there's one thing people
They
love
will
to do,
take it to Yelp.
they will take it to Yelp. We'll got pictures. If you want to know if a rat has been in your hotel bed before, go to
I feel like
Yelp.
it's more serious in New York.
Oh, they take it serious.
It's
Well,
like-
because people from all over the world, and it's like all the Yelp like 5-star review, the ones that have like VIP by their
Yeah.
names. Personally, I always like to just look at pictures, get the vibes, see what's going on in there, maybe look at a picture of a dish or two. I do that on my same hotel trick. I'll look at Instagram. I'll click the tagged location from Instagram, or I'll go to see if they have an Instagram. I'll look at their tagged photos. You really just want to get like normal photos. I don't need your like
High quality
photographer
camera light,
hired in
yeah.
camera light. Yeah, I need what Susie got yesterday on her meal, you know? And truly, there are so many hole in the wall, family owned, different. There are so many good restaurants. If I catch you at a
do
Five
not
Guys,
go to Applebee's.
if I catch you, like
You
for
will
some
have let us
people-
down.
Yeah,
You will have
you
let
have
us
let us
down.
down. You have let us down. Don't go to Subway. Don't go to Jimmy John's. Like you're going to the bodegas.
There's so
you're
many
going to
family-owned,
Frank and Johnny's.
handcrafted goodness around that you do not need the train.
You do not. We walked out of the Broadway show that we went to the very first time we went was unexpected because ours was the one we were supposed to go to was canceled while we were on the way. We picked another random one, and so we were there a little bit longer and needed dinner as soon as we walked out. I pulled up Yelp, zoomed in. I was like, dinner near me. The next block over was a very high rated whatever. I looked at the pictures and I was like, this looks great. It looks like it is just a New York restaurant, one of those with the booths and the black and white pictures all over the walls. Like, let's go. To this day, we had so much fun at that restaurant, we extended our trip.
That restaurant is where we extended our trip. She asked for, this was when she was still drinking.
Yeah.
What did you even ask for?
I think I asked for maybe I asked for a shot of tequila.
And I'm not kidding. He brought out an
A martini.
8-ounce glass
A martini.
of straight liquor.
Yeah, I was like, do you think this is do you think this is like our martini or something? And Annie was like, oh, it doesn't smell like a martini. She's like across the table. And I was like, this is a whole glass of tequila.
And that's when we
But
extended
the
our
meal,
trip.
I mean, it was so good. And then a couple nights later, we did the same thing leaving and we ended up at that Italian restaurant. This Italian restaurant, like the owner was walking around in a tux, greased back hair, making sure everybody was good.
There
I
was
was
people
like,
out. It was in Little Italy.
no,
And
no, it wasn't. It was right behind Saks. Remember, we had left Saks and we're walking back to the hotel. We have found so many, countless restaurants like this. And even coffee, breakfast. We'll get specific. We're like, we want breakfast this morning, or we need a brunch, or we want just a quick soup and salad. Like, you really can type in anything. Look at the pictures, look at the vibes. And I would pre-plan a couple meals maybe.
yeah, maybe like nicer ones or ones that you like really want to do. Like
For sure,
but
yeah.
one we've planned multiple times is Brooklyn Diner.
Yeah.
We planned it specifically last time. It's nothing special. It's just a diner, but
we
it's
wanted to for sure go to.
amazing.
Yeah.
And we're planning it this time, I believe, too.
But then we have definitely days that we're just like, we'll just grab dinner wherever we are kind of in that area.
And that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
That's
Because then
the
you
whole
never
of
know,
it.
like, oh, we could just grab some pizza right now. That's a whole, we haven't even talked about pizza.
If it's not a restaurant and it's a actual window in the actual wall, you know you got it.
You know you got it. Yeah, you got to have some sort of pizza. And honestly, most of them are going to be great. Do the same little Yelp trick and you'll find a wonderful New York slice of pizza. Resy and Open Table are two apps you definitely need to go to New York, I would say. A lot of places do require reservations, even those places that you'll find on Yelp
You can
and
grab
things.
one in like 15 minutes.
Yes, but most of the time you can grab one. And I honestly feel a lot more secure, like going to a restaurant with a reservation, like knowing that we will have a place. And a lot of times if I'm down to like a couple, I'll see which ones have reservations and we go from that. So Open Table and Resy are two really good apps to have. For specifically the holiday season though, there are some Christmas themed restaurants and bars. We are planning, we've tried to go every time, but it really does get so packed. We've tried to go to Rolf's and we're hoping to do that this time.
Yeah.
It is a Christmas bar, beautiful decorations all throughout. There really are a ton. You can Google, see your vibe, which one. We can't do a ton because a lot of them are bars, but I
Yeah.
think Rolf's is a
Sometimes
dinner.
I can sneak my way in there to get a little snack, but
Yeah.
once it hits like 10 and they're checking IDs, they're like,
Get out of here,
Get
girl.
out of
I also feel like Ralph's, the coffee shop in the Upper
Yes.
East Side, the Madison Avenue location, that just gives Christmas vibes.
if you're like us, the first time we wanted to find Ralph's, we
Yeah.
typed it in and we tried 400 times
Yeah.
to figure out where this freaking place is.
The one with the store. We wanted the one, yeah, we
and
wanted
the
to go to Ralph Lauren as well.
experience. The one, what is it, Madison? I think it's 888.
555 or 888 or something.
It's some angel number, Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
Upper East Side, it's beautiful. They have garland. Their whole vibe is green, so during Christmas
Yeah.
it's even better. It's just super aesthetic.
Yeah. The little truck is at Rockefeller Center though.
Yeah,
And
so
then
if you
there's a
just
cute
really
one.
like the coffee, I guess.
Yeah.
And not going for the
area
vibes.
is cute too.
It's so crowded though.
It's
You don't
little.
catch-
Yeah.
Like, the Upper East Side one is like not crowded.
Yeah, you
It's
can go
like
in and sit down in that one too. and eat.
prestigious
Yeah.
people because it's the Upper East Side.
Yeah, it's
And
fun to go up there.
The other one's kind of crowded
Yeah.
compared.
Other than that, Annica's going to do more of a
In
detailed
depth.
list of like where we've actually gone and some of our favorites and places that we're like looking forward to going back. Next up, we have sights and lights,
Lights.
baby. Okay, most of the Christmas things that you have seen online, in pictures, in movies are going to be in Midtown.
And you're gonna be walking and look over and be like, oh, there's the Rockefeller tree.
Oh,
there's the
there's-
Empire State Building. Oh, there's the Saks lights. Like, it just happens.
Yeah, you just, every corner I feel like in that area that you wrap around, you're just like,
Oh.
what in the world?
Yeah.
We walked around the corner and saw the Saks Fifth Avenue lights for the first time, and we were like,
and we didn't even know it was a thing.
I mean,
we
you would
didn't
have
even
thought
know
we
it
were
was a
kids
thing.
at the Disney parade. Like we
Like,
were,
it was incredible.
it was so fun. So in that area, you have Rockefeller Center, which has the Rockefeller tree
And ice skating.
and ice skating. There's little Christmas igloos that you can buy hot chocolate and sit in for a little bit. I think there's like a minimum to spend there, but you don't have to like rent those igloos or anything. So much shopping around there.
So much
Tell
shopping.
them a couple of the stores.
They have a great Hollister. Lululemon can get some personalized things.
Anthro.
UGG. Anthro.
FAO Schwartz.
FAO Schwartz. There's a Tiffany's in the
Yeah.
Rockefeller Center if you're going to get something a little
that was-
dainty.
yeah, uh-huh.
Is that
Saks.
Nike? Saks, obviously.
Yeah, there's a big Nike on it.
And the NBA store.
And the NBA store, yes. Saks Fifth Avenue has the Saks Fifth Avenue light show every year. This year it's a big, huge clock with Christian Dior.
It's the
so
first time
pretty.
it's changed since we've gone.
Yeah, it's
so
always
I'm
been
excited
like a
to see.
castle. So yeah, we're really excited to get to see that one. And then in the store, they have some of the little miniature setups there, but they have beautiful windows.
beautiful.
The windows at Saks and the windows at Bergdorf
Bergdorf's.
Goodman, you have to see.
You have
They're must see.
The
They're art
Bergdorfs
pieces.
are insane. Insane.
They're just so colorful and they're so. I've just never seen anything like it.
Like if you watch Gossip Girl and then go to New York and go to Bergdorf's, when you come back, you will recognize the name Bergdorf 100 more times than Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Since I've gone, they go to Bergdorf's all the time, and they mention Bergdorf's all the time. I had no idea.
the St. Patrick's Cathedral is also right there. It's
And then-
beautiful.
Right behind that is the Gossip Girl Hotel.
Oh yes,
So
right behind that is the Lock Place.
I did not know that the first time we went, and we walked past it
A million
700 times.
Yeah.
and I didn't realize. So make sure to check that out if you're a Gossip Girl fan.
Also, right around the corner is Radio City, which has the Rockettes. That has the beautiful Christmas tree on the top of that. I mean,
And
it's
the
so
ornaments
pretty over
right
there.
beside.
The ornaments, the candy canes, lots of like very Instagrammable places happening there.
100%.
Speaking of Radio City, though,
Go see the Rockettes.
the Rockettes. If you do go see a show, we absolutely like love and recommend Broadway shows. I hope and wish we could do one every single time we could go. I can't wait to see them all. Like, I feel like once we can go to random day matinees, like we're gonna really go to all of them. But in December, those freaking Rockettes, baby.
I mean, there's nothing
like it.
They are, I mean, it's quite literally unbelievable to watch.
The precision too, and I dance. She competitive dance. I help teach. Like, we've seen they are the best in the world, and for a reason.
World.
They're so. It's just crazy to watch. It really is.
And I can't believe it's different every year. It's different every year.
And just to know how they train and know, like, they're really fun to follow on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, their TikToks are the best.
Yeah. So we definitely recommend the Rockettes, but honestly, go see a Broadway show. Go see some sort of somebody dance on a stage.
A stage.
Go to a holiday market.
I would say for me, Bryant Park takes the cake.
Bryant Park is for sure my favorite. I really liked Union Square.
Bryant Park I like because there's a good mix of food
Yeah.
and shopping.
And space.
And space and sitting and ice skating.
Right. Even if it's really, really crowded, the seating areas always, you can see people getting up and down.
There's room to walk pleasurably.
Yeah. And let's not act like New York in December is not going to be so crowded. Like, we try to maybe take a refresh in the hotel around 4 to 6 instead of being out in the city in those rush hour. Like, you do want to kind of plan. We like to get up and do things early because we know a lot of people won't be out, and we try to use that like jet lag hour.
Yeah.
You know, we try to get stuff around the busiest hours, but it's gonna be busy.
It's gonna be crowded, but you just have to adapt to it and embrace it and enjoy it. Like, it's gonna be the best time of your life.
So other than Bryant Park and Union Square or Union Station, there's a little one at Columbus Circle. There's one at Dumbo. There's tons, and there might be one close to wherever you decide to stay at your hotel.
Yeah.
Other trees to look at besides the Rockefeller, the Lot. It's fun to look at the Plaza. Now the Plaza, starting in December, they don't let people in the lobby anymore.
they don't mess around.
If you go in another month, you can probably pop in the lobby. You just kind of have to walk in there and act like you know what you're doing, and you'll be fine. But in December, they don't. I guess they just know so many guests are there, and specifically seeing the Plaza.
It is magical to see.
It is magical to see from the outside. We've been inside once.
Yeah, when I got my hair
when you
done.
got your hair done. But it is beautiful to go to. The New York City Public Library, they have a beautiful tree.
We've not been yet.
We've not been inside it. We're doing that this time.
Yes.
We're doing that this time. The lions outside have Santa hats on.
Did we see that? I
Yeah.
don't remember that one
Yeah.
at all. I think it was late night.
Yeah.
I don't remember much. I think it was after we ate. I was full.
I'm excited to go see that one. I know there's some like really pretty lights at the Vessel at Hudson Yards. Beautiful
I think
lights.
there's a tree there too.
I think there is too, yeah. The World Trade Center and the Oculus, I know they have like beautiful lights as well. We've also never really been to that area. I'm hoping that we can make it down there.
I think I've been lower than you have.
I know.
I got stuck on a subway, but different story. One thing we have made annual is ice skating. Now, we've only been to one. And it's because the view is simply iconic.
To say you've been ice skating in Central Park, I mean, come on.
The plaza is in the background, the buildings are in the background, the Central Park is in the background. I mean, what's not to love about it?
It's just surreal. And even last year, we were like, should we do the Rockefeller this year? And we were like, no. This year, we booked for Walman Rink again. It's called Walman Rink. It's in Central Park, and it's big.
It's huge, and well, I wouldn't say huge. It's big for New York.
It's big for Well, the Rockefeller one's tiny,
and it's got space for you to sit right outside the rink. I feel like the only space at Rockefeller is above or right inside. This is right outside the rink. You can sit and you can watch people. They have a little stand for concessions.
They have snacks inside.
We've never got concessions, so can't rate them. But they do have food. It's a grand old time.
I think it's about $80 or something like that for both of us each year.
I was gonna say per
person. No, not per person, total. Because we rent skates too, so it will be a little bit less than that if you're not renting skates.
We should get cute skates.
When
we live there.
After just rollerblading too, or after just skating, ice skating is much easier. Like
so much easier.
I really like ice skating.
Also, if you
and I'm not very. I didn't think I would be good, but I'm good.
If you've been to New York in the summertime, specifically this summer, Walman Rink is exactly where the pickleball courts were.
Other than that, there is a new one in Dumbo this year. It's under the bridge, and they have like this mural on the
Projected,
wall.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. People said it's smaller and it's better for like kids at that one because there's like
were
play
gonna
stuff
go.
there too. There's one by the World Trade Center,
Bryant Park.
and there's one in Bryant Park. The Bryant Park one is free. You just have to pay to rent skates.
However, there's a catch.
They don't mess around with their rules.
And one of their rules, no photography. Are you kidding me?
You can't take
Are
pics
you
or
kidding
video.
me?
You can't take pics or video. I mean, unless you've got someone like outside sitting that's not doing it with you.
That is bonkers.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like a $20 skate rental.
Yeah.
So
but,
maybe have the person sit outside and take your pictures for you. And I think they do those in like intervals or something. It's
think
always
so.
pretty organized. The line's never too crazy. So
There's like a lounge on top,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. But we're going right back to
to
Central
Walman
Park.
Rink.
Yep. Let's chat museums.
We've been to one.
We've been to a couple. My thing about museums and the reason that we did it the last cold time we were there is because we wanted to get inside for a few hours.
We wanted to get inside. It gets frigid. It really does. If the wind is going, you're toast.
We tried to, especially like with our Broadway shows and our Rockettes, we wanted to do one of the later ones. We didn't do that 2:30 one because I was like, 2:30, the sun's going to be out and it's going to be pretty. Like, let's try to make those like colder times where we're inside. So we like to try to plan those things for the end of the day.
We've done the Met.
We've done the Met.
It's really nice to just walk through. It gets you out of
Have
the
we done
cold.
the Met twice?
No.
The first time we went, it was closed. It's closed on like Mondays or Wednesdays.
Some weird thing, and it was the Disney one. I really wanted to do it. And we were freezing particularly that time.
You're not going to see everything.
You're not
gonna see
Oh my
everything.
gosh, she kept walking through, and I was like, "Are we
We
done
gotta
yet?
be done. We gotta
Are
be.
done
She
yet?
capped me. I
Are we
could have
done?"
stayed there for hours and hours, and she was like, "We have got to get out of here. These all look the same at this point." But the Met really is so much fun.
It's a lot of fun if you like history and you like to walk around.
There's pretty fashion stuff too.
The
Remember that
fashion
fashion
stuff.
room?
The fashion room is really cool.
Not even the Met room. The other like one with the swords
underneath
and stuff. Yeah.
It's fun for about an hour and a half, and then when you hit 2 hours, you're like, I'm about
She's
to go
like,
crazy.
I can't see another mummy or someone in a shiny suit.
I can't. Or a big old horse. I can't do it.
But one good thing about museums is there's so many in New York that you can really like cater to what your hobbies are. You can cater to if you got kids with you or not. I know there's like a Jay-Z one and stuff. Like there's all kinds of different ones. The Museum of Natural History is where the Night at the Museum was filmed.
I'm not sure if this is a museum. In fact, I know it's not. But the Friends Experience.
The Friends Experience.
The Friends Experience
That was
is so fun. It's if you're a Friends lover, like it's a must.
It's
There's
worth it.
so many photo ops. It's like you're on set, so I definitely recommend that.
Yeah. We also did the Harry Potter store there, and if you're a Harry Potter fan, that's such a fun experience.
Yes.
There are some experiences at the Harry Potter store in the basement. There are like you can like ride on broom. It's like virtual, I guess.
We should do it.
We should. They've been booked every single time we've tried to, so maybe we'll try to do that this time. But that store is so much fun. They serve butterbeer. There is a queue.
And there's like a bakery with it too.
Yes.
And they have all the wands you can pick out. They have just all the books, like everything you can imagine Harry Potter.
If you do that, I'd plan on going and putting your name down and then maybe shopping around a little bit.
There's a Ralph's there too.
There's a Ralph's over there.
Too.
There's some stores. There's an Aloe. There's the Flatirons right around the corner. So you can kind of do stuff until you get called. Probably December is the busiest time.
I would say probably.
Yeah. So you probably are going to have to wait, but it wasn't any, like I think we went to Ralph's and like got called.
No, it was pretty fast.
Yeah.
It was pretty fast.
Okay, so you've pinned your favorite restaurants that you've seen. You've pinned what hotel you want to stay in. You've pinned the activities you want to do. Now what you're going to do, zoom out of that map, and you're going to group your days together. Because the way New York, if you've never been, you're going to think you can go boop, 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 boop.
You
boop,
cannot.
boop. You cannot. So if you're like, okay, these things over here should be a day. Let's now put these in order of where we want to. Maybe this is the dinner option instead of lunch, and we'll plan on going here for breakfast, whatever.
Group your days.
Group your days. Group your days because you're just not going to be able to go
Up and down.
up and
side
down.
To side.
Right. It takes, and especially in December when there's a million people.
And it's cold.
Right. So you group your days together. Lastly, observatories.
They're the best.
I really think that it is just so worth it to get up there and see that freaking skyline. We did it the first time, but we've only done it once. I mean, I would love to do it every time. I would love to go to all of them, and hopefully we will one day, but they are kind of expensive. So we've only done it the once, and it was
If it's your first time,
So worth
especially,
it.
take the splurge. If you have
Do
like
it.
someone, like a little kid, or even just like someone who would really be fascinated by it, it's so worth it. Take it.
Yeah, we went to the Summit 1 Vanderbilt. It was so cool. At Summit 1, there are 3 separate floors, and at each of the observatories, you do buy tickets, so you can't just show up. You buy tickets. I mean, I'm sure some of them have like slots open at the time.
Yeah.
But you buy tickets, and there, of course, are like spiked times, sunset being one of them, sunrise being one of them. Those are the ones that are like a little bit more expensive. We, I think, just went at like 9 or 10 a.m. We just wanted a good, like, bright.
It wasn't too early, but it was just still when it was like a good crisp morning.
I feel like there's not a bad time to see it. Like, even if you saw it at night when it was just all lights. I mean, how
Incredible.
gorgeous. Obviously, sunset would be insane. But
Sunrise was a tad too early for me.
yeah, sunrise was a tattoo. We saw it was great. It was great. It was blue skies. We went up to like the 90-something floor.
I think it was even more than that.
And then you go up from there. We also, at the Summit 1, were able to, it's real, you end at a restaurant or like a little snack bar.
it's like a
So be
snack
prepared to
bar.
maybe like get a drink while you're there. I think our ticket like came with a drink.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we were able to go on a 360
Degree.
open, or no, a 180 open total glass elevator on the
I was
outside of the building.
Scared. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. My eyes
you
were closed.
scared. Yeah, you were scared. But, and then a lot of people commented like, Jennica, how dare you bring that camera down like to the ground like that,
Yeah.
because that was so scary. So it is crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just an unobstructed view of the city. And I liked that one because we got to see the Empire State Building from, like, you get to see more of the
see all the
sky-
iconic.
Yeah.
The Summit one isn't like necessarily iconic.
It's so new, yeah.
So you get to see all the iconic.
Yeah, yeah. But the second choice we have is the Empire State Building, and we hope to make it there one day. I know with that, the elevator like takes you through the history of it, and it's a
Really?
great, you like watch videos of it being made and things.
fun.
And obviously we know that the Empire State Building is a Swiftie, so we stand.
Very important.
We would love to go. There's also one called the Edge, and they actually have a platform that
Like goes to the edge.
goes out, and you can see through
No thanks.
down.
No thanks.
and it's glass. So truly pick whichever. I think the Top of the Rock. Rockefeller has an
Really?
observatory too, called the Top of the Rock.
Oh yeah.
So there's plenty of observatories, and I really think it is such a great experience. I mean, we can't wait to do another one.
Let's do a little tidbits, like your personal tidbit.
Okay, you go.
Mine. You think you know what cold is, and you might even if. You definitely do if you live in the upper area of the United States. But something about the New York cold and the wind, you gotta be prepared for.
Yeah.
You have to bring a jacket and then a puffer on top. You have to have tights, but not only tights, fleece lined tights, and then maybe leggings over that, or leggings under and then the fleece line on top to give the illusion that it's your skin. Something you have to be bundled and layered, covered your ears,
Yeah,
have
ears.
scarves. Your hands are gonna be really
Yes,
cold.
there are rechargeable hand warmers, so that way you can just charge them at night, take them out with you during the day, but it's cold.
It's cold.
It's
Just
cold.
Be prepared to the max. Bring fuzzy socks. Your feet are gonna get really cold no matter what shoes you're wearing.
Oh, wear comfortable shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody
One lesson we
cares
have learned.
about your shoes.
One
There.
lesson we have learned. Pretty much all of your pairs of shoes you need to be okay being stuck in New York with, but that's the only pair being. She went to the airport in Uggs. Guess what the only pair of shoes she had was? Uggs.
Guess what? I will not be walking around in New York this time.
Uggs.
I feel like they weren't bad, but being trapped in them for 15 days, well, not 15 at that point, probably like 7, I'm okay.
Converse for me. They were platform though.
She just now, 11 months later, started wearing them again.
I can't. My foot's like whoa, whoa, whoa.
I can't do this again.
Yeah.
Because we walked just probably 20,000 steps a day in those shoes.
At least.
Yeah.
What's your tidbit?
My tidbit would be, I feel like it is important to give yourself flexibility in your schedule, because if you get it too nailed down and you don't know if you've been overwhelmed from the day before or if you're sore from the day before, you need to be able to be like, okay, let's take it lightly here.
yeah.
There's parts of each day that I don't skip. Like I'll have nothing for breakfast like up until lunch this day. So that way we can get up and either get coffee or get up and go to a diner or get up and do
Be relaxed.
whatever, or be relaxed and just grab coffee on the way to our first thing. Like we try to keep one day, or like lunch one day, or
call it
dinner
an
one
early
day.
night.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I try to keep it at least one section
of the
per
day.
day open, so that allows, or if we're need to take a small little nap back at the hotel, that doesn't happen very often. But
No.
if it does, you just want to have time in the day to look forward to a little bit of. Because it's a lot being, I mean, the city keeps us energized, I feel like,
Oh my
while we're out
gosh,
there.
it's
Like
the
our freaking
adrenaline.
adrenaline is through the roof, but you really want to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah. That's your tidbit.
But also my mom tidbit is, again, just make sure you're staying aware of your surroundings. You're gonna have to always, this is for anywhere you go, I'd be saying this for anyway, you've got to just be aware of your surroundings. And if you're creeped out, it's probably your gut telling you something. Like,
you're creeped out for a reason.
You're creeped out for a reason. Don't be nice. Don't be polite just because you feel like you need to. I mean, girls, I feel like when you need to just go, okay.
Bye.
To not get, but really just be vigilant and know your surroundings at all times. Yeah. Well, have fun in New York.
Have the best time.
We will be having our 2023, our third annual. You know what? This is my tidbit, actually. I have a tidbit.
Oh, here it is.
I have a tidbit.
One.
I knew that it would come to me. I just needed a minute. Here's my tidbit. And I only realized this year when my child was 17, okay? But make family traditions, whether it is going to New York and Christmas or not. Like, this has now become a tradition for her and I. And I feel like with the holidays, especially with single moms and people pleasers and children, you feel like you have to be where everybody else wants you to be. And there's a lot of times where this is my family.
Yeah.
And now this is our tradition. Like, some families get up and growing up, we put our Christmas tree up every single day, the day after Thanksgiving. Every single day. Tradition. We had certain Christmas holiday traditions, and I really am so happy and thankful that this is now. Like, I just never want to spend another December without spending at least one day in New York City. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
What is it?